about some things we can undo. You just in the pen, I can find.
Welcome back to another video of Madden 20 Face the franchise. And yeah, we're in the week 4, and we're playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's get it 3-0, baby. We're 3-0. Let's get it.
Fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, standing by in.
Okay, make it my first two. Oh, I've got to change the sleeves and everything. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 99 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And that is a deep shot that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
That first.
Find Sutton on the right side complete. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
That is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Let's go.
His third time.
Let's go touchdown too. Bring it back to us. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive, has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, Freeman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Score 3. Here we go. 1 more second.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now throwing on 3rd down.
Another 3, I guess.
A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. But now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Oh, my God.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Ramsey's going off right now. Come on, can we get some defense? And he scored now.
Here's the
27,
Denver
we're
offense
down.
now as they get set to take over here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see.
And for the third time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over.
Let's go another one.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. If you combine last
20 pixels. And just go another touchdown.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some
touchdown. There we go.
Into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders. His feet.
There we go. He stops and I'll try to come back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. This caught. Reception by Holmes. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He'll drop to throw. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now, loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And a touchdown. He doesn't want to try hard anymore. He's got best.
Back to throw here. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down. Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages. They'll
drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now back to throw. And he's got Hireman. Pass, taking it right down Broadway. And all the way home for the Broncos score.
There, dude.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
No touchdown. Only 3 touchdowns.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offense?
Man.
And now here's another interception.
Side.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. 20.
It's 5.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Coach, dude.
And that one.
Ready up.
Yeah, coach.
I'm here all day.
6 interceptions in one game. Worst game ever.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Throwing right, and that's complete. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He's going to look deep down the field. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Called it a very strong gain of 24.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.
Yeah, this is
Continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Thank you guys for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the other one. Peace.
Morty, give me a beat. Oh, man. Okay. All right.